guys, Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 2 with the Skred, Chandra Skred. Yes, we'd like to play first. This is definitely a keepable hand. We've got Blood Moon, 3 lands, 2 4-drops, and an Anger. So we've got all our bases covered in this matchup. So even if this is like Dredge, the turn 3 Anger will, and the Blood Moon especially, will do very well. The Blood Moon is going to do incredibly good against, well, I would say against this Eldrazi and Taxes, but the Vial is going to give some play for the deck. So Anger will be very, very good as well. So far, no Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, we're going to shut him out of particular mana off of the Blood Moon. Which means they're not going to get the value off the Vial as much as they'd like. And actually cannot cast anything with colored mana in it. So I think Chandra's actually more powerful here. And we'll just +1 for a Relic, actually. All right, not bad. So we pump up Chandra to 5. Probably, I thought that something like an Arbiter would be flashed in there. But it looks like our opponent has a really late hand. And let's see what goes to the bin. Like Thought-Knot Seers and Reality Smashers. This is the Path to Exile, so have a good hand versus that. Now we'll just start exiling the top cards of our library, Chandra. No, I don't think we need to cast a Blood Moon. So we'll just do 2 damage. And then we can go Mind Stone, and Mind Stone can also get us out of Pia and Kiran Nalaar, which 100% protects Chandra against anything here. And it'll put in, like, what, maybe a Blade Splicer? Flicker Wisp, killing off a Thopter is probably the play that he's going to. Oh, really? Can flip a permanent. That's annoying. So Chandra gets reset. See if he Wasteland Stranglers now, the Flicker Wisp. All right, so that happens. Which is annoying because Chandra goes away forever. And he gets his source, his white source. So it felt good. We were doing really well. And he's going to give me a lot of value off of the Anger, though. Which I do think that I just cast. I don't think I give it any more turn because it starts getting a... Yeah, 3 is enough. Plus now with the backup Chandra. So let's just go ahead and attack in. And get some damage going. Sweep away his field. And plus Chandra. All right, gets a Snow-Covered Mountain off the top. I feel ahead again if Chandra can actually survive a turn. Still doesn't have a black source, so that could be keeping our opponent behind. There's a Displacer. And is he going to have another Flicker Wisp? Ah, I should get it back, though. Especially if I can draw in some remove. I have 2 draws because I can crack the Mind Stone. That's not a good draw. Where's all my removal? Not there. And we hit one off the top. So Chandra comes back, but now he can just flicker it. No, he still doesn't have colored mana. Oh, he can just attack into Chandra now. But yeah, we've drawn into way too many lands in a row. Our opponent's finally getting lands, but they all tap for red, not even colorless. Jeez, that's 4 lands off the top. Not a whole lot left in our deck. That's the only way we lose this, though. I mean, we have 4 lightning bolts, 4 Skreds. 4 lightning bolts, 4 Skreds, 1 more anger. A ton of Pia and Kiran Nalaars that just take over the game right now. Magma Jet's actually okay, because it will scry us where we need to be. And he still can't Eldrazi Displacer, so unless he's got another Flicker Wisp. Oh, that is just dirty. Saves us 3 damage, though. But we don't get a scry, and with our luck, the top 2 cards will be mountains. The Blood Moon's actually sort of keeping us back here, too. Go down to an 11. So Anger off the top or Mizzium Mortars off the top would be really, really good. And he's going to keep the Flicker combo going. Well, we do hit Mizzium Mortars, and I do believe it's worthwhile to overload this. Because now we just have to single target removal. Does he have a Restoration Angel in his hand, too? That's dirty if he has a Restoration Angel. Because then he will just go the beatdown route if that's the case. Yeah, he will. Yeah, that's actually smart to Blood Moon. Take my Blood Moon here. Because now he can cast a Reality Smasher if he's got a Reality Smasher. But I can actually activate a Scrying Sheets here. At this point, I think that I'm okay with Blood Moon going away, just because the Scrying Sheets is pure gas. And the Displacer has to target something. A Tidal or Sculler does nothing. He's just trying to get some damage out. Three cards still in our opponent's hand. And another one. So I need an Anger off the top or something that can... Relic is at least a draw. And that's actually a great draw. It gives him a... activation now for his Wasteland Strangler. His Vial's up to 4, which makes me think a Restoration Angel. But we'll block here. And then just sack it to do damage there to Flicker Wisp. And then we just take 2. And there's the Arbiter. With potentially another... So he's going to throw in a Thought-Knot Seer here. But all we have is another mountain. I don't know if we have any mountains left. Ugh. Gross. So how I'm going to block here is we're going to go here and here. Because I think we want to kill the Thought-Knot Seer. To draw some more cards. Because we'll go down to a 2, and it'll draw us an extra card. Because if we get like an Anger, we're back into this game. There we go, perfect. Unless doesn't have another Thought-Knot. So that works out for us. There's a Skred. So Skred will work out very well too. All right, we're back in this game. And eventually our opponent is going to draw lands. So here all we have to do is block and block. Yeah. We take no damage. And he has another Arbiter. Blood Moon, of course, is not good here. So hopefully he doesn't flash anything at end of turn. But we missed another potential. And he keeps drawing gas. That's his third Displacer. So we have one draw to hit. We have so many outs here, though. That's not one of them. Jeez. Okay, well. Again, not a whole lot of mountains left in our deck. But they tend to be on top. Here, I think we'll bring in Infernos. I think I want to go later game versus this. So we'll bring in the Angers. I think we even bring in like Pyrite Spellbombs and Sudden Shocks. Just bring in all the control. Koth is actually good in this one. Everything is pretty decent in this deck. Even Blood Moon. I don't think I need like, I'm going to just go to one Blood Moon though. If I draw it, I draw it. Relic is not necessary in this matchup. I'd have to get 5 more cards, and I wouldn't want to cut like necessarily any of the removal. Maybe Pyrite Spellbombs just, it can take care of core Firewalkers, which I do think he's bringing in. And I guess it's just cut down the Koths, because they're harder to protect. And I think he's going to bring in a lot of hate for Blood Moon, or just he's going to fetch up, I don't know. I actually don't know if this is the right. But Inferno Titan, Stormbreath Dragon actually seems kind of awkward. I know most of his stuff is white. Yeah, so we want to keep it in. Maybe Koth is just not the right answer in this one, or is Chandra, am I overthinking Chandra? I'm going to cut one Chandra, since I'm bringing a lot of the later game. But this should be an easy matchup. We have so much removal. I'll definitely keep a Pia and Kiran Nalaar. You saw how much value it got. We get it turn 3 as well. Hopefully he doesn't have the Vile draw. That's usually the draw that is the explosive. Yep. All right. I usually don't like bringing in any artifact hate versus this. I probably should have, because he's running Tidal Scholar, so Shattering Sprees actually do. But we get a Pia and Kiran Nalaar next turn. And double Vial is usually not very good, though. And now we have double removal. Which I'm going to go on the be the aggressive person here. Glad to take out Blood Moon for the double Vial draw, just because it doesn't really help versus it. And now, since we have the backup Pia and Kiran Nalaar, we will just attack with everything. Yep, and just pass turn. There's the Eldrazi Temple. So he's got a powerful... He can basically cast everything in his hand. But we have Skred, Magma Jet. Allowed to hit like a Stormbreath Dragon. That would be ideal. Or Inferno Titan coming up. So I'm just going to Magma Jet him. Set up my hand. Put on top, put on bottom. Can't go wrong with the Lightning Bolt. Path is fine. So Lightning Bolt goes to the bottom now. So flash in a Vial. And I'm sure a Wasteland Strangler is going to come out here to kill a Thopter. But we want to bait that out. Flickerwish still gives it back, though. Oh, so he's going to use it. Because then I can't Pia and Kiran Nalaar. Is it worth it just to kill the Flickerwish, though? Then he'll get the Pia and Kiran Nalaar. But I can probably draw into so much. No, we'll attack in. I feel ahead here. So Batterskull will be able to get the Skred. But he only has 3 cards in hand. And he passed another Pia and Kiran Nalaar. Alright, it's thinning us out at least. So double path. That's Stormbreath. Well, now the Stormbreath and Infernos are going to be very, very clutch. Just a Ghost Quarters and 1 card in hand. So probably activate on the Shambling Vent. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. And just swing in with the Shambling Vent. Just to gain some life. I'll make this trade. If it's a Wasteland Strangler, it's a Wasteland Strangler that's in his hand. And then it's out. Wow, he allows that to happen. Well, that is a game changer. Especially since we draw into another land. Still think attacking is better here because he's so close to lethal with this like a Stormbreath Dragon. Surprised he didn't Ghost Quarter my Scrying Sheets. 2 cards in our opponent's hand. I don't care about the damage here. I'd rather activate a Scrying Sheets. Alzheimer's Mindstone, see if we can get a relevant card here. And there's a relevant card. We will kill off the Flicker Wisp, see if this can bait out another Flicker Wisp. It does not. So I'll just keep everything back. We need to protect Chandra. 2 cards in hand and an activation off the Shambling Vent. So see what this... Wasteland Strangler, I have nothing in exile. Yes, I do. So I will kill it right off the bat. I don't think there's anything for 2 he can flash in. A Celestial Purge. Okay, but we're down to both top decking with me with the Scrying Sheet. So I'm I feel very far ahead. So let's Skred it off. And it's just a land in hand. So we're in great shape. Start activating the Scrying Sheet, see if we can get some gas. It is not a land, but it's a very relevant card. Our 3rd Pia and Kiran Nalaar. So actually, Blood Moon's probably still should stay in. I'm going to bring in Shattering Sprees and Blood Moon. Chandra is kind of... Our Koth is completely weak versus, like, Celestial Flares. He did find an Eldrazi Displacer with tons of activations. So you can get rid of all of my Thopters. Oh, that is just... That's dirty as well. Or only 1. But I can now... I can kill it. Or 2. Yeah, he had the mana because Eldrazi Temple. That's right. Alright, so we do get the basic land off the top. And get a sudden shock, which... Yeah, it's more damage to do this way. So one card in our opponent's hand, nothing. He just passes the turn. We'll just continue to do the Scrying Sheet combo, which finds us another land. And there's our card that we wanted. And I'm not even going to attack in. I want to keep the Pia and Kiran Nalaar just because it's pure gas with any sort of artifact. Now, Batterskull can be Flicker Wisp, which is really annoying. But that card should be good versus our opponent. It's something like a Path to Exile or maybe a Celestial Purge in our opponent's hand. Or a land. Or another Vial. And there's the concession. Jeez, that was a lot harder than it needed to be. So I do want Blood Moons. I think they're actually good. Molten Rains are kind of good too. I don't think that it's worthwhile. I'm going to bring in the one Shattering Spree. I think that if we can kill the... Chandra does seem really, really good, but am I able to, like, between Flicker Wisps and... I think I'd rather go the creature route than Chandra. I think I'm going to take all the Planeswalkers out, and we're just going to rely on Stormbreath and Inferno Titan to get the job done. We'll keep the Pia and Kiran Nalaar draws. Alright, so he's got the Plains, which now Blood Moons are worthless. So I probably wouldn't even play them if I draw a lousy snow-covered mountain. But no Vial. There's the Blood Moon. So Blood Moon will actually be good to play, because it will cut him off black. And maybe bait out a Celestial Purge. But if he has Thought-Knot here... Yep, there's the Thought-Knot here. He'll probably take Blood Moon, though. And we get a roast, though. That was a great draw. And we will roast that. So great top deck, can't protect if he's behind now. See if we get a relevant card. Mind Stone. Something we can actually cycle. Displacer, so we need to draw like a lightning bolt here. Displacer is very annoying. I'm going to Hail Mary, actually. Nope. We missed it. Because he's just going to kill off all my Pia and Kiran Nalaar tokens. So I need to kill that Displacer before I start casting the Pia and Kiran Nalaars. Well, there's a second one. Now I need an Anger off the top. Magma Jet doesn't do it. This is not going our way. I think at this point I have to just cast one. I have plenty of backup. And Displacers can displace Displacers, so... And he's got that Eldrazi Temple. We've been lucky he hasn't hit more land drops because he could do more. And we're still hitting our land drops, which is good. And Anger just really turns this around. I'm just going to take the damage. Otherwise, it just gets displaced. And he gets value that way. And he will just displace once. We get to kill one of them. We get to kill both of them here? Yes. Awesome. No. Not awesome. Close. He's got a handful of goodies, though. This forces his hand. He has to displace it. And he passive exiles, which is stupid. Oh, I had the mana anyway to do it last turn. How come I didn't? I did have the mana. Okay. Oh, so he pathed his own thing. So yeah. Whoops. I thought he pathed my guy. That was a misclick. Oh well. So he gets his swamp. Another Scrying Sheets. I mean, it's fine. We have 2 activations of Scrying Sheets in a turn. And we just have to get relevant cards here. I guess my guy was getting displaced either way. So sacrificing that didn't matter. Tidal or Sculler. We'll get rid of the Pia and Kiran Nalaar. But I'll get it back. Most likely. Still missing land drops. Our opponent has been getting very unlucky. Jeez. I think this is worth it. See what shenanigans comes out. This turn, another Tidal Sculler doesn't do anything. Just gets rid of the Pia and Kiran Nalaar. And an Anger. I actually should have activated my Scrying Sheets this turn, because then if I would have been able to play a land. So looks like still no land drop, which my opponent again. But the last 2 games he's gotten incredibly lucky not drawing many lands and us flooding out. And same with this game, we've been kind of flooding out here. So I don't want to feel too. All right, so it's a Lightning Bolt. And we do hit a Scrying Sheets, which will play the Scrying Sheets, which I'm going to do it again to see if we can hit another land. We do. All right. So there's the pure gas from the Scrying Sheets. And 7 cards in our opponent's hand, though. He's going to Restoration Angel in a turn. No resto. We have up to 3 activations. Finally hits a land, but it comes into play tapped. And there's a Wasteland Strangler, which I'm definitely okay with that. I think I'd rather activate a Scrying Sheets than kill off the Wasteland Strangler, because I can just, and it hits, awesome. I'm not going to Blood Moon at this point. It'll keep him off of black. But I think my Scrying Sheets are more important. Yeah, I think my Scrying Sheets are more important at this point. Even though our opponent still has 7 cards in hand. Yeah, with Swamp and... Yeah, I wouldn't keep him off black. I'm silly. Especially now with the Vial. So again, we'll just activate his Scrying Sheets. Jeez, we're hitting a lot, which is good because we would have top decked into... That's nice of him. To give us a mountain. Another Blood Moon. We could keep him... No, we can't keep him off anything with the... Attacking with the Thopter. And we'll cast the 4th Pia and Kiran Nalaar. Guess we draw those cards very well. See if it gets pathed again. Anguish Unmaking. That's fine. Still does 3 damage. We have Lightning Bolt and the Thopters. But I think that, yeah, it's just pure gas with the being able to kill the Thopters. Wasteland Strangler can kill off a Thopter. And a Flicker Wisp can attempt I'm just going to Anger next turn. I think it's worth it. See what's coming up. Another mountain. Oh, you gotta love these Scrying Sheets. And a Mind Stone. Ugh. Does he really have the Brenton Forge Tender here? We'll kill the Flicker Wisp just because I guess the Wasteland Strangler is easier too. Um, Yeah, we should have done it the other way, but I'll attack in. Because we do have a lot of like top deck damage spells. I'm gonna actually look to see if there's a land on top. It's Skred, so that is worthwhile. I'm gonna just Skred that right now before it can get protected. Now he does have a Shambling Vent he can activate now. That'll take his turn. And it's just a matter of time before we get that Storm Breath. And we've gone through half our deck. Alright, so the Shambling Vent does come in. I guess, yeah, it doesn't take his turn with Aether Vial. But we cannot draw into a land now. We have so many activations. Alright, so Skred. He does go to 3. Another Flicker Wisp, I swear. At least it flickers it. And I save the damage. I mean, if I really worry about the Shambling Vent, I can Blood Moon. Because how many lands do I have left? I have 1 Scrying Sheets and... So, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 9 lands left in 30 cards. I'm going to kill the Flicker Wisp. Might not be the right play. Maybe I should have looked first. And Anger's coming up. Opponent still has 3 cards in hand. I'm down to a 9. So the Shambling Vent's still going to attack in. And he's got the Flicker that can come in for another card. A Ratchet Bomb. A Ratchet Bomb is not significant. So Anger. Another Anger coming up. Ay, ay, ay. I guess I don't have any Inferno Titans in the deck. I want a Blood Moon. Might be a wrong call, but it takes care of the Shambling Vent. I have to keep this Thopter back, though. In case there's... He puts a counter on it. Okay, so it can't kill my Thopter now. And there's double Shambling Vent, so that's actually pretty good. Tidehauler gets the Anger. Should have got in for damage first. Hey, look at that. Finally, we get the Stormbreath Dragon. It was just 35 cards deep after so many land drops. Barely pulled that one off. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. All right, we'll go on to the next match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.